Some people don't realize how awesome it is to have a river so close to campus and have access to it. We have tons of rivers in Texas. We have tons of rivers in the United States. Access to the river is a little different than just saying we have a river. The brief history and the basic history that I know about Sewell Park, that it was a donated piece of land back in the early 1900s when I believe it was Dr. Sewell or Professor Sewell wanted a swimming hole essentially for students. And so, the brief history is he and a couple of students essentially dug out a river bank essentially. It became kind of the spot to hang out for students. From there, it's been kind of a staple in not only the Texas State community, but the San Marcos community. I wouldn't say it's changed a lot in the sense of why it's there. I would say more environmental things have changed. Our goal isn't to necessarily change the way it's operated, it's to maintain it and preserve what we currently have.
So the San Marcos River is somewhat unique because it's born right here, right behind us on campus. And then the water is just so clean and clear, which is also pretty unique. We're fortunate to have these endangered species. If it wasn't for the species, these springs would be dry today. The water's always 72 degrees Fahrenheit. There's generally consistent flow, which has allowed these species to thrive. This is the only place in the world that this rice grows. There's only one Texas wild rice, and it is in the San Marcos River. I think it's just finding a balance of where people can access the river and enjoy the river, while at the same time we're protecting that species. And if you don't really care about the species, that's fine. If you care about the river, you really should care about that species, because once these endangered species are gone, that's it for the river.
If we look collectively again at these spring systems, San Marcos, Comal, Comanche Springs, Balmaray Springs, this has been a permanent water sources for a lot of organisms, including humans. So the biggest concern about these spring systems is pumping the water before they come out of springs. There are definitely, there are good management practices that we can use. For one of them is that when you're hopping in the river and you do get into an area that has a lot of vegetation, leave it alone. One of the big things that we're doing now, and that's related to the HCP, is simply the monitoring of it. We're going out, there's several different groups monitoring. We've been monitoring it for the last 10 years. And so we're in a low flow period. People are concerned that that's affecting the fish. That's concerned that's affecting the fountain darter. We're actually going out there and doing the surveys to see if that's happening or not. In this area, or in Texas, there's not any kind of spring systems like this where it's this voluminous as well as this clear water. You have people swimming in the Brazos River, you have people swimming in the Sabine River, but where people come to float is around that clear water systems that is collectively of the Edwards Plateau Spring system. So it's a lot of people have high value to this clear water. I see it as kind of, having this system out my back door to where I can work with students and we can generate a lot of cool research with it.
To me, I understand the science behind why this is here. Why there's water flowing out of this thing. The hydraulics and all the geologic history, but there's still magic to me with this spring and with this river to have so much water come up so clean, so clear. We're literally watching a river being birthed right here, and then flow through the university, flow through the city. It's just magical to me.
It's important to me in so many ways, not just as a person, as a person in the community, but also as an alumni as well. And to be able to see their families and see how that family of Bobcats grows. Again, it's around a piece of water, and that piece always attracts everybody.